Hey, welcome to the Iron Horse Model Railroad.
In our how-to video, and we're going to show you how we assemble this scale model drive-in from Iron Horse Hobbies. Everybody, this is the scale model drive-in from Iron Horse Hobbies, and this is our how-to video. We're going to show you how we assemble it today. We're glad to have you here with us. If you're not already a subscriber, we want to encourage you to subscribe, click the bell icon, and don't forget to share this with your other modeling friends. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going to get straight to the work. Let's do it, everybody. Alright everybody, what you see in front of you is a breakdown of the drive-in pieces on their raft, and I got a 1:220, because this is a 1:160 N scale. I got a 1:220 prototype copy I did right here. Made some changes and stuff since that time, since we assembled it this way. What we're going to be doing is taking you through the steps that I suggest you follow to assemble this model. The first thing that I'm going to suggest that you do is, if you prime your pieces, which I don't know that you need to, if you get it in this gray, which is what I'm going to probably be doing most of them in, I don't know that you need to prime, but if you do prime, you want to go ahead and prime, and then you want to do a base paint, your base colors. Red, gray, blue, gray. Then come back in. You want to do your accessory painting with a brush. Your tables, your doors, your sign, and the menu on your beams. What you'll do after that, my suggestion is going to be to use the provided window filaments on the back of these pieces. And so what we're going to need to do is break these pieces off of the breakaway raft, and we're going to glue the window filament on the backs of these. Then what we'll do is we will pop off the beams and the roof from its raft as well. We will take each beam and place them without glue in each of these holes to get it set in there. Alright, once we get these, we'll match up the holes on the roof to their place here. We'll flip it over, and I'll take the beams out of this one and glue them into this one. Once I get all these in here, I'll put the walls around here. Once I get the walls around here, I'll put a drop of glue in each of these. We'll come over the top and set the roof in, if you see where I'm going with this. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to keep you in regular video mode for a moment, and just to show you how we can quickly and easily remove these from these rafts. Alright, so I need all these pieces off for now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flex this, right? Flex it. They pop right off. As you'll see, I've got each piece cut with a 45-degree angle. Yours will have a matching letter on the back that says where it's going to match on the base. I just haven't done that part yet. Alright? And so with these on these pop-off rafts like this, if you get it in N or Z scale, that'll be on the pop-off raft. And they're really nice because they keep these angles clean. If I do it in HO, the pop-off rafts take way too much filament up to use, so they gotta use a brim or a skirt. Alright, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and glue the window filaments on the back of these. And so if you just flex, 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 flex. With your smaller pieces, you want to flex a few times and then get under it with a spatula. These bigger pieces are kind of okay, unless they're sticking real hard. You gotta, use your judgment. There are some thin places, for example, and then you do want to be gentle. See where this door frame was cut out, it is a little thinner, or more thin, I don't know which one. And then what you want to do is make sure that you might want to get a spatula under there, or just very gently pop it up when you have the thinner pieces. Just be careful there. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip these over and we're going to put the window filaments on the back. And so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to stop the video and start it again and put you in time lapse while I put these window filaments on the back. Then I'll come back in after that. I'll stop. We'll pop these off and this off and get moving in that direction. Alright, we've got the window filaments on and they're drying here. Now we're going to get these guys off. Alright, and what I wanted to do this for is I wanted you to see how I get them off so you don't break them. Alright, just like we did the other one, but these are more gentle, you know, so we're going to do a flex closer to it, keep your thumbs closer to it, and then what I want to do is just come under here. Boom. Do it a couple more times. So, thumbs on each side of them. Look. See, I can flex it up good. You get both sides to pop loose, then it's nothing to it. Carefully move your spatula under and detach. And I'm going to spare you this in real time. I'll go ahead and put you back in time lapse so I can do the rest. Alright, so we've got our beams, our ordering stations, whatever you want to call it, in there. This is where the customer would place their order through the microphone and the menu. And we're going to let that dry real good before we move to the next step on that. But I can go ahead and talk to y'all about these further. Alright, this is the second copy of this. So I will probably still be making some slight adjustments. I'm going to make these holes a little bit bigger, so they go in a little easier. I'm also going to fix this door so it goes into the wall better, like this one, and as well as I have the window opening on the wrong side of this. That'll be well. You will see on yours A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, probably like that, A, B, C, D. And the back of the pieces will match, but your front piece is going to go right here, back piece goes right here, and your windows are on the lower side. So this would be here, and this one would be here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break this off its raft very carefully, because you got these drive-in islands, or whatever you would call them, aisles, and they are small. Ain't that cool? All right. Next. Now, I have a adhesive deficiency situation right now. Now, this glue right here, I highly recommend. This is Faller's Expert. It's very thin. Takes a while to set though. I mean, I think it lasts forever once it's glued in, but it's not super good for purposes of shooting a video because it doesn't have teeth like this tester. See, this testers will hold. And because it'll hold, I can move to the next piece pretty quickly, and then y'all aren't waiting forever, or I'm not constantly starting and stopping every time I need to let a piece set. So anyway, I'm going to try to use as much of this as I can, and I don't know if we have any of this left. It's not here yet. So let's hope we have some in here, and we do have a little at least. We're going to try to get it on the bottom. In the corners first. Uh-oh. We'll get that. Get a toothpick. And we'll also take a piece. I realize this is messy, but we are trying to use what we can of this because it is helpful. Now, I have a mess here that I want to tend to, and so we need to go right here. This piece. This is piece B. You see, I'm just going to slide it in there. I have a good bit of glue right there because of that hiccup. Now, I'm going to use my fallers because of the deficiency. I'm going to use my fallers on the 45. Normally I would use testers right there when I'm filming because it would dry quicker. That's a pretty good sign though for the model that the wall's set in like that easy. You could get, like I said, this is the second time that I've assembled it myself, so I'm pleased with that. I'll get us a little fallers in here. And a little fallers here as well. And then I'm going to slide in. This is piece C going into, excuse me, this is piece D. Connect into C. You got A, B, C, D. And again, very good sign that that model went together that cleanly. I'm gonna say all that and it's gonna fall apart in just a second. We got a good bit of adhesive down here. I want to get it on the tops and we'll let it run down. Here and here. This model fits together well, at least this part does. I mean, it isn't hard, it's 4 walls, but man, it just went clean together. I don't always say that either, so. I don't have a square on it or anything, but they look pretty good. Now I'm moving them around and they're not ready to be moved. So I'm gonna set it down and let it dry. And so we're looking good here, everybody. I'm gonna come back to you in just a moment and we'll be flipping the roof over, and this is not an easy part, but we'll be getting these set into their beams here. And so hopefully we go together flawlessly. The rest of the model's looking good. There ain't nothing we can't fix. I'm excited to bring this to you. We'll be right back. Alright, we have reached certainly the most exciting part of the model, and without a doubt the most challenging part. Making sure that everything is pretty good and dry. Actually, just make sure yours is real dry. I'm very impatient. I think mine's dry. If these walls fall apart though, that'll be a disaster. I'll be cutting and re-editing and going backwards and all that stuff. So you'll see you've got your indentions for the walls. Depending upon how accurate we get these beams in there, this roof should sit down a little bit into these walls to make sure that we don't have any light bleed, but we'll have to check that out. So I'm thinking I don't want any drips, so I think I'm gonna go here, because these are just, if nothing else, just great guide holes for where the glue should be. I'm gonna come up closer to y'all, because this is where they should hit. Now they're gonna, I do understand I'm gonna have to adjust them. Drop in each hole, and could put one on the top, but I want to be really light if I do that. Very, very light. This isn't even a drop. Y'all, this is less than a drop. I have the tip wet and I'm touching it to the top. I don't want any drips. I'm gonna flip it pretty quick, but all right. Move this where y'all can see a little better too. We'll go ahead and see how this is gonna work. Ease it on down. I'll show you better in a moment. Alright, we're getting there. Matching up that many holes is tough. We're getting close though. Well, I'm actually gonna use a straight edge or a tool. I need to get some light in here. Alright. Now I can see. Ooh, I can see clearly now. I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll be able to show you a lot more. I'm not gonna pick it up yet. It's just, there's too many pieces that have to dry that need to be in the exact right place. So what I'll do is I will let this dry, and then I will come back to you and give you a good view at it, because we are ready to put a light in it and get it downstairs to take photos.
And we want to thank you very much for watching with us today. We appreciate you supporting the channel. If you have not already, we want to encourage you to please smash that like button. Leave us a comment below so we know you were here. And if you're interested in getting yourself a copy of one of these models, we have placed a link to our Etsy store in the description. And this ad is already live, and you can go check it out and get yourself one today.